Hey everybody, this next video is going to be on hot foot powder, and it's a shout out to Melanie Marie. She's a member of Temple of Our Lady of the Moon, the group on Facebook. She had attended my workshop this past Beltane in Huntington, New York, and had been inquiring about it. So I just wanted to make a video to back up the post that I had tagged her in. So to give you a little background on hot foot powder, it's a traditional hoodoo preparation that's basically meant to get rid of unwanted people from your life. Basically, you know, those annoying salespeople that keep knocking on your door, and it's always the same ones that knock, trying to sell you a vacuum cleaner or a set of encyclopedias, to your neighborhood bully who just keeps harassing your kid. You can also employ it defensively to get rid of an unwanted aggressor who's just plaguing your life. There are many variations to the recipe. Some people use gunpowder, some people use sulfur, or both. Some people use Haijang of the Conqueror root. And to give you a little background on how it was actually deployed, traditionalists used to actually walk backwards over the intended target's doorstep and sprinkle this powder around the doorstep. And they also used it in any place that their target may have stepped. Basically, they call it poisoning through the feet. It derives in common hoodoo practice from African foot track magic. And it was especially appropriate to employ hot foot powder in this manner. And I've seen some really interesting recipes online for it. But mine is basically comprised of 3 peppers and some sea salt. I have used frankincense in it, but for the most part, I tend to just stick with the 3 peppers and the sea salt. And what you're going to do is you're going to take a jar. As I stated in an earlier video, I don't like to use plastic because it's fake and it doesn't allow the energy to flow. So you're going to take a jar, and you'll need crushed red pepper, cayenne pepper, black pepper, and a little sea salt for cleansing. And remember that these peppers are very irritating, which is the point of the powder. They're very irritating and very caustic. Lovely. They're very caustic to the skin because they're just hot. So the idea is to irritate this person enough that they'll leave you alone. It's not meant to be used in a negative manner, but it's going to be irritating enough for this person to want to leave you alone by their own volition, not because of the powder. So what you're going to do is you're going to take these peppers and the sea salt and grind it up into a powder with your mortar and pestle. You can even use a little coffee grinder. I used to have a little coffee grinder. It was about this big. I don't know what happened to it, but I used to grind my herbs that way. But I found that using that, it didn't get the fine powder, but for difficult roots, that's like Haijang Conqueror the root is sometimes used in hot foot powder. It's actually recommended that you use some kind of a grinder because pounding it, just from personal experience, it really doesn't make it into a fine powder. You may also want to just buy Haijang the Conqueror root already powdered. It just makes it easier. So grind them up into a powder, take it into your ritual space, cast a circle, bless it with the 4 elements, you know, consecrate it, cleanse it, empower it, put it in the jar. And when you need to, seek out this irritation and sprinkle it in their footstep. Don't worry, it's not going to hurt them, but it's going to just make them irritated enough to leave you alone. It's not meant to be harmful. So keep that in mind when you're employing it. You can, you know, put a little in a little bag, a cloth bag, put it in your pocket, and very discreetly as they're approaching you, just very discreetly and casually just reach into your pocket and just sprinkle it right in front of them. Trust me, I've done this, and for some reason, people don't even notice these things. So just, be casual about it. You can sprinkle it on their clothing. You can sprinkle it in their shoes. You can sprinkle it on their doorstep. And again, just be very discreet in it when you're employing it, and just be very casual, and nobody's going to notice a thing. I think that's basically it, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Blessed be.